Okay, so this is just a nice little plateau here, a little rock outcropping, and again, I probably have about 4.5 miles to go. So this is the direction I came from, and you can see I'm still in that fire burn. I think, the last time I hiked this entire trail I was 30. I'm 33 now, so 3 years ago it would have been 2007, and I think that this was an '05 fire. We had a lot of fires all over interior Alaska in '03, '04, and '05, and it's hard for me to remember anymore. When it was happening, I thought, I'll never forget when these fire seasons happened, because they're horrible living through them. They're good for the landscape because they help rejuvenate the forests here and break up the pattern of different forest types. But I can't remember anymore. So it was only 5 or 6 years ago, and my brain is fried. So it's a pretty little outcropping. So anyway, I wanted to say one more thing. So when I got on the trail, when I left, there was one ranger. He was cleaning up stuff at Twin Bears Camp where I parked. There was a Swiss girl, and she was really cute. She came for some adventure skiing down out of Valdez, and she dislocated her shoulder, and so she got knocked out of the competition, and so she just rented a car and decided to travel around that way, and she was alone, and just seeing Alaska, and said it was a trip of a lifetime. But she said, you should come to Switzerland, and I'm sure Switzerland is beautiful too. It's kind of nice that somebody in such a beautiful place also loves this place, Alaska, which is what I love. Anyway, so she's alone traveling around, and she says to me, the first thing she says is, "You're alone? Are you going for a hike?" And I'm packing my pack, so obviously I was going for a hike. And I said, "Yeah." And she said, "All alone?" And I said, "Yeah. I know the country and blah, blah, blah." I don't know, to put her mind at ease, I guess. And then she said, "Aren't you afraid of bears?" And all I said was no, which probably isn't true, because I am afraid of bears. Who wouldn't be? I have a healthy, fear of them. But I'm way more afraid of two other things: river crossings, getting lost. Actually, 3 river crossings, which there aren't any on this trail, so that's good. Getting lost, which I got lost twice, but found my way. It's pretty known country to me. And the last thing is hypothermia. A lot more people die in river crossings and hypothermia here than those other things. So I thought that was kind of funny, but of course I didn't say anything to her. I did advise her to go up to Angel Rocks because she just had the day, and I thought she would have a good time hiking on that trail. And then I saw another woman who had this little bulldog, and she was all nervous for me because she saw a yearling calf moose with a broken leg, and that's typical bear attractor. But it wasn't even on this trail, it was over in the other direction, so I didn't let that sway me at all. And then I caught up with the ranger. He was doing some work and cleaning up the campsite, and I asked, and I know the trail floods sometimes because of the Chena down in the valley, and I asked him if it was passable. He said, "Yeah," and I said, "Have you seen many people out here?" And he said, "No." He said, "I think you might be the first of the season overnighting it, backpacking." And I thought that was pretty cool, so I hit the trail. But I have actually been seeing footprints and dog prints. It looks like maybe 2 people and 1 dog this entire route, so they might have done it in a day. Some people travel this in a day. But certainly no one is out here right now, which is what I really like. I was spoiled by most of my hiking in Alaska has been up in the Brooks Range, where there are no trails, and you'd rarely, if ever, see a person up in the Brooks Range. And so I don't know, maybe stubbed my nose a little bit at the idea of hiking on trails here in the interior. But realistically, a lot of people don't think that there's good hiking in the interior, and so they just don't do it. But this summer, because I have a full-time normal job for the first time in a long, long time, I'm gonna have to hike on the trails here, and this was a good start for the season. Very beautiful, beautiful time of year. There's something here. I don't know what's been eating that, but something likes the bark of the... You see all kinds of different little critters that like the bark there. And then I noticed another thing here. I think there's a blueberry on the trail. It's a blueberry from last year. And then there's cranberries too. Oh, no, they're kind of hard to see, but they're squished up. Cranberries, all from last season. Those will get eaten up by the migratory birds, or they'll just decay. Yeah. So anyway, I think that's all I had to say. It's starting to clear up. You can see the ridges out in the distance. It's still pretty overcast, but prettier than it was this morning when I left, certainly.